Welcome back to Beyond the Line of Scrimmage. I'm your host, Cody Mainstream, with my partner, as per usual, Mr. Montana Boer. EA College Football 25 has been officially revealed. Coach Boer, tell us about it.
Well, what do we know about this game? As of last Thursday, players have officially joined a football app on their phone to sign into a contract, which will allow them to receive $600 plus a free copy of the game. Obviously, you can opt out. Most players have opted in. I believe over 5,000 players have already opted in. The deadline date would be April 30th. But obviously, we expect 11,000 players to join the game. That is a baseline payment amount of $6.6 million just to put players in the game. That is something that hasn't happened since 2014. It is 2024. 10 years later when the last version of this game came out. What else do we know? We know that stars are going to make money on this game, okay? You're going to see them in commercials. You're going to see them advertising this game. They also have on-campus events. And obviously the cover athlete, which we'll discuss later, he's going to get paid a lot of money, whoever it is. Could be Nick Saban. Could be Shedeur Sanders, could be Ollie Gordon, could be anybody. We'll discuss what our picks are later. We got to tell you guys everything we know. That starts with Dynasty, Road to Glory, and Ultimate Team Mode. Supposedly, the microtransactions are going to be kept to a minimum.
If my 3-star quarterback wants to go to Bama, I am willing to pay $17.
No, you're not.
I am UMass. I need this guy.
We should not even entertain that because we know that EA would probably do some stuff like that. So there's going to be 85 contracts per team, okay? So that includes walk-on, includes scholarships. You never know when the next Baker Mayfield is going to walk on your roster.
Unexpected news. FCS teams recently started putting out saying, "We're in the game. We're in the game. We're in the game!" This was not expected at all. Now, FCS teams used to be, if you remember way back in NCAA 06, 07, they did have FCS teams in the game, and then after that, haven't had them in since. Now, it's rumored that they're not going to be in it long. Probably not your priority, with all due respect. But getting FCS teams into this game would be just icing on the cake. A cherry on top.
And actually, I watched a Matt Brown interview the other day. He said that he had talked to a director at an FCS school, and this director wanted to be in the game, but obviously they couldn't make it happen. There's a lot of FCS schools, as we know. So, next year, I believe the plan is to include FCS schools on launch, which I guess we already kind of segued into it. Yes, this game plans to be a year-to-year release, okay? So that's something to be excited about for next year already. We hope they kind of continue the same love and passion that we're going to get with this new game, as we've been hearing about. We know conference realignment will be in the game. Create a player. Supposed to be a lot of user-generated content.
Good.
Team builder. That has been a popular question as of late. We know that Army, Navy, and Air Force are going to be in the game, but they don't sign NIL deals because of the school that they're at. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think they'd actually have their actual players in there, but they definitely have the scheme, the stadiums, all stuff like that they can get. This game will feature 134 schools, all of them. You're going to be able to rebuild in a dynasty with Iowa, Kennesaw State, with Arizona, with Alabama. Why would you want to do a dynasty with Alabama? We don't know. JMU, all these schools, they're just such a large variety. That is going to be fun to do in the game.
We do have confirmed announcers for the game.
Yep.
Confirmed commentary crews, just extra voices around the game now. We got Kirk Herbstreit, who did feature in the previous editions of the game with, I believe, is Brad Nessler back in the day. One of my favorite editions. Chris Fowler in the studio, as they'd say. David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, Kevin Connors, and Reese Davis.
So maybe they're just going to have Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, David Pollock, and Reese Davis as like the basic crew for College Game Day, as like it was before. Jesse Palmer and Kevin Connors in the studio. Or maybe they have one of them in the studio and one of them on the sidelines. That's kind of like the baseline of what I'm thinking. I know Holly Rowe, a female sideline reporter, had wanted to be in the game just because, want some female representation. And I know we were kind of joking, like, what if we put Beth Mowens in the game? She definitely has those 11 a.m. Big Ten kickoff games. They could get that in the game. Ooh. That'd be dope. There'd just be a lot of immersion.
So what this leads me to believe is this is going to be all ESPN branding, and we're not going to see any other networks?
As of now, yes, I think so. But, I mean, obviously, I think everybody wants, like, a Fox crew to join, wants a CBS crew to join. I think that's what everybody wants. As of right now, you can go to the Xbox store or the PlayStation store and wishlist the game. And in the details of the game, it shows that it's crossplay. I don't think they're going to have PC on launch either, just because they're worried about modders. Obviously, we're excited. That's kind of like the baseline of news that we know right now. We're recording this on February 28th on a Wednesday. They might drop some news tomorrow just because they've been dropping news on Thursdays for the past 2 weeks. We got to talk about a cover athlete here, okay? Cover athlete is one of the main features of this game. You're going to remember a game by their cover athlete. Everybody wants to know, who do you think will be the cover athlete or cover coach in EA Sports College Football 25?
To be honest, for me, now there's a couple options. Depending on what they do with actual like launches of the game, what versions, if they have multiple versions. If they have multiple versions, you got a Heisman edition, you've got Nick Saban edition. Easily, that's easy money right there. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. You buying a game for Nick Saban on it? Come on.
Yes.
You buying a game with multiple Heismans on it?
Yeah.
Yes. Come on. Now, if they do a current player this year, I mean, they can go like the classic route where they have the previous year's Heisman winner.
Yep.
Or, star player from the previous year. Now that they have NIL, I don't think that's going to happen. If that's the case, I'd say Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison. As for this year, I mean, you got Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders. I want to say that they would go a multiple Heisman winning team. They'd have like multiple Heisman winners on the base cover. Personally, I don't think it's going to be a current player. I don't think it is.
I think they're going to have Nick Saban one way or another. So if there's a GOAT edition or if there's a coach edition or a legend edition, it's going to be Nick Saban. You have to have a player. And if there's a player that I'm going to choose, I'm going to go with Quinn Ewers.
Honestly, that's who I'd pick. I made the playoff last year.
Yeah.
Going to be probably your top quarterback coming in this year.
Yeah.
Or one of the biggest names.
But I could also see them like put Dion on the cover. Cause a lot of commotion with that. All right, guys. That is going to be it for our College Football 25 video. We wanted to make a short one just to get out to you guys so we have information on the game. That way you guys know. That way we understand a little bit more. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, it'll be soon. Peace.